Hello, if you are interested in metaverse stuff in general, then you're in the right place. Hi, I'm Alexis Mercedes. I am the project manager for Fractal Labs. We are an app development team that is passionate about improving the user experience in all things Web3. On this channel, I focus mainly on augmented reality crypto metaverses, but this episode is a little different. If I'm going to be an expert on AR metaverses, I need to be an expert on metaverses in general, or more specifically, what does the metaverse look like right now? Because how can I predict where it's gonna go if I don't know where it is? Just 6 months ago, I started this journey, beginning my quest to become an expert in the AR metaverse space. And I had a really hard time describing to my friends what the heck it was. Kathy Hackle, who is a futurist, the godmother of the metaverse, said, we'll know the metaverse is here when the identity and objects that you create in one can then move to another. I think that by all definitions, the metaverse is here, and it's called NEOS. Like most video games, you show up in a foreign world and have some sort of body that is not your own. Before you have an avatar, you actually appear to others as a floating headset with Oculus type controllers for hands. See my hands? Once you're there, the world is your oyster, or something bigger than the world, the galaxy. The imaginations of other people is your oyster. You can go on roller coaster rides, play games, lounge, do everything you do in VR chat or Minecraft. It's like if all the other video games got smushed together and made one video game and also was user generated. Why people love it? It's the one that's the most like Ready Player One. It's the one where you go and you can do anything. The Horizons metaverse as a creator is cool, but it's bound to a very specific aesthetic and limiting set of rules. In NEOS, there are no rules. You can do whatever the heck you want, however you want, whenever you want, with whoever you want. It's the place where XR enthusiasts feel the most powerful. As a spectator, I get to view other people's creations in a level that's far more detailed than, say, any AR app that currently works. Or if I were to compare it to spatial, it's just a lot more intricate and more interesting and has more possibilities for interaction. The experiences that people publish in NEOS are very often extremely interactive, where you can build and create anything while you're there, and when you go away, it returns to normal. You can move pieces around, stretch them, change them, equip them, hop bodies into different avatars, change a kaleidoscope, relive video game experiences from your childhood, basically anything you want. Before you go any farther, I need to introduce you to Apollo. Apollo is a friend of mine who has been working in NEOS a lot. Like, imagine how much time you spend as a full-time job, but building in the metaverse. Apollo has spent over a year learning the specific coding language inside of NEOS so that he can do insane things like control a banana gun from a circuit board. I had the pleasure of receiving a tour of Apollo's personal world that included a magic school bus. I mean, at least I called it a magic school bus. That's what it reminded me of. Now, this school bus is actually cooler than anything I could have ever conceived of, because it's actually a model of a bus that exists IRL. Apollo used to run a digital art workshop inside of schools, and after COVID that all fell apart. So he moved his work into a bus that he funded all by himself. He runs this work and accomplishes this work all by himself. The impact that it has on his community is immeasurable. So add Visit the Metabus to your NEOS to-do list.
Yeah, I'll see you guys in the metaverse. Peace.
The IRL Metabus is running a fundraiser right now. Every single dollar that you donate to this cause will be matched by Fractal Labs because this work is so vitally important and we want to make sure that it's sustained. Now back to NEOS. Most of the videos you find here on YouTube about NEOS are going to give you amazing instructions on how to get started. Doing simple things like bringing your VR chat avatar here or creating a world in a simple way. You know, picking a skybox, picking a texture for the ground. Baby steps. Some of these videos will say things to you like, don't worry, if you have any programming skills at all, writing this code will be a piece of cake. Now, that's not all of us. Not everybody needs to be a builder in order to enjoy it, which is why I propose you get started by being a spectator. How to be a spectator. So hopefully at this point I've convinced you that you want to try out NEOS. The next thing you need to do is decide, are you going to do this from a computer or are you going to do this from a headset? If you do it from the computer, it's going to be straightforward. Did I mention it's free? Instead of downloading it from a Microsoft App Store or a macOS App Store, you'll actually download Steam, which is a hub for all types of games. There you can download NEOS VR, load it up, and play. It is pretty heavy on the computing, so I recommend closing any other apps. Once you get started, you'll be led through a tutorial and you'll have the option of learning on your own or leaving the room open so that available tutors can hop in. That's one of the amazing perks of NEOS is there's a lot of people who spend their time in there showing other people around. They're very committed to onboarding and hand-holding anybody who wants it. So any information you do want is there. If you want to do it from your headset, it's tricky. Not for any particular reason, it's just that there's a few different steps and therefore a few different things that can go wrong. For example, I am using an Oculus headset. So first I have to convince my Oculus to sync up directly with my laptop instead of my phone. Weird things can go wrong here, like the difference between AirLink or Quest Link, the fact that software updates happen, the default for microphone setting or headphone setting. So there's just a lot of weird little things that can cause you to need to troubleshoot and cause unexpected hiccups. The second hurdle is that you need to get Steam to find your Oculus app that's on your computer, override it, and be the thing that's projecting to your headset instead of the Oculus app. Now that sounds kind of crazy, but there's actually an app that's for that, and that's Steam VR. So there's Steam, and under that, you can go straight to NEOS VR, use it from your computer, or inside of Steam, download Steam VR, which is the tool that would scan for an app such as the Oculus app and connect your Oculus that way. Again, you might have to fiddle with permissions, AirLink versus Quest Link, connection issues, default settings, stuff like that. When you get Steam VR to connect to your headset, it's within that realm that you get to open up NEOS. Some of the times I tried to do this, I was able to open it up from inside my headset, like Steam VR was projected into my headset instead of my normal Oculus world, and then I can choose NEOS. Or on another occasion, because I already had Steam VR open and connected, I opened NEOS from my computer and it gave me a pop-up window asking if I preferred to run it on my Oculus or not. Now, both gave me a lot of troubles. I didn't have the same experience twice. Just personally don't have the patience to have to do all of that over and over again. I imagine that there's a VR headset out there that is built by a team more interested in open source and free programs than the Meta team, right? Comment below if you use a headset that's not a Quest and tell me what you think of it. Now that you've chosen how you're going to view it, all you have to do now is enjoy. As a spectator, here's what you should do. 1, check out the art section. I find that the art sections require less knowledge and more just sitting back and enjoying. There's tons of educational ones or puzzles and games and things that are hard, but as a spectator, I like to just sit back and the art section will give you that. Also, visit worlds built by your friends. Now, if you don't have any friends in NEOS, you can meet people. This is what social media is for. You meet them in social media and then ask them for their NEOS handle. You can befriend them, and I'm sure loads of people will want to give you a tour. They spent a lot of time on this, so showing it to other people brings folks a lot of joy to our creators and artists. If you dislike social media and just don't want to go that route at all, you don't have to make new friends. You don't have to do that. I know that's a lot of work. But this world is expansive. So if you were to just go rummaging around hoping to find something cool, it could take a lot of time to find, the most noteworthy stuff. So when you're done meandering on your own and want some directions to something amazing, redo the tutorial. You can redo the tutorial as many times as you want. And if you do it on the setting where other people can come in and show you around, ask that person for recommendations. You can say, hey, I'm new here. What I need help with is recommendations. Then you don't have to hang out with them. You can just do whatever you want or hang out with them. That's how you can find the good stuff. And trust me, there's a lot of good stuff. My vision for the augmented reality application of this is that we'll be able to use AR more seamlessly than we can use NEOS. Through some sort of device, maybe a phone, probably not a phone, probably glasses or a hologram. Could be a hologram. We could apply the same techniques that we use in NEOS, being able to import files, embody any saved avatar you've built from somewhere else, create, move, generate games, write code if that's what you like to do, but have it be more seamlessly integrated with the world. No more pesky connecting it to this device, which then connects to this device. And when it's in augmented reality, that wovenness into the physical world allows us to have richer experience with the history of the place that we're in, knowledge about the visions of our neighbors, and just completely different applications that virtual reality doesn't offer. Sometimes you want to get taken away, and sometimes you want to enhance where you are. What I'm still wondering is, how can I best support Apollo? I just want his art program to be something that is sustained long term, and that he has the support he needs to make it happen. Thanks for watching. I review a lot of XR content. So if you want to hang out again, subscribe. I post every Tuesday. Thanks. Bye.